I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I put the mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns out with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's you lost, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and
What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. So we have finally got the go-ahead on the helmet that I've had for a few months. So we are going to be starting off fresh with, I'm going to show you guys how I design graphics for helmets and things like that before actually using any tape, any materials. So this is going to be a pretty self-explanatory video, but it's going to show you another way to go about doing it without wasting a bunch of tape, bunch of paint, doing other things. It's going to be a quick and easy route for you to achieve a photo for your reference, or for your customer for a reference of what it might look like when you're done. So this is what I usually do with customers that not really sure what they want. They have a few ideas, and this is a quick and easy way for me to get my ideas down to them and then for them to approve it. So the helmet has already been base coated. It's a pearl white, so all the hard work has already been done as far as getting it in color, getting it prepped, taped off. Now this has been sitting for a while, so I'll probably go through before I start painting and retape all this tape because it's pretty crusty on there, so don't worry about all that. But everything is masked off. This is just here for reference for me to look off of and see all the body lines, because this does have a lot of body lines on this helmet. So we're gonna get to it. I've already got my reference photos pulled up, got my computer going. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I do this. So first off, I'm going to walk you through exactly what all this is and what it means and everything, and what I use to do this. So the device I'm using is hooked up to my desktop and my computer screen, and what it is a Wacom Cintiq. This is a 22 HD version. It's a little bit older, but I've had it for a long time, and it's awesome because these are really expensive brand new. So when you get something either that's old or secondhand used, you can get a really good deal for it. So that's what I use, and what it is, it's just a digitizer screen. So what that means is I can draw exactly right on top of the screen with this pencil. That's a, not really a pencil, but with this pen that comes with the screen. So it's just a digitizer screen. Your fingerprints don't do anything. It's not like an Apple iPad or anything like that to where your fingers actually do anything. It has to be used with the pencil or the cursor of the mouse in order to make a mark. So it's really good in that aspect of it, and that's what separates this brand from like an Apple iPad, is that you can actually lay your hands and stuff on it without wearing a glove and making marks or anything like that. You have to have some type of electronic pen to make the mark on it. So everything's been set up pretty much. I've had it for a long time, like I said. So I've got my reference photos pulled up. I've already taken 2 side shots of the helmet. So we got a side view and we got like kind of a back top view of the helmet. And the computer that I use, or not the computer that I use, but the program on my computer that I use is Corel Painter. This is a 23 version, so it's not exactly the brand new version. It's not 24, it's 23, so it's a year old, but it still has pretty much everything the new version has on it. And what it allows you to do is to actually draw and paint on it, pretty much. So you can do something from scratch like we're going to do today. You can insert images like I've done here, and you can pretty much Photoshop anything you want as long as you can draw your ideas out. So it makes it really simple. You're not really messing anything up. It's just taking time to do it. That is one of the things that allows you to become really fast at producing something in a short amount of time. So, like you just saw me make a mark there, with I pressing down, if it's light or if I press harder, it makes a stroke. So it's really cool in that aspect. So we're going to start drawing on this. Like I said, the customers gave me a couple ideas what he thought he would want. I know the colors off the top of my head because there's only 2 colors that he was thinking of. So we're going to go over here and we're going to pick the 2 colors that he was mentioning that he might like. And they are pretty much, he was saying something along the lines of like a burnt orange. I'm thinking more like candy orange, but you can't do candies on this, so we're going to do a pretty much just a regular orange. We're going to fill this in. That way we know the colors that we're using, just to have it. That way if I need to, I can go to my eyedropper and just grab this color. And then the other color was just yellow. So we're going to get the yellow. We're going to make a mark. So with this program, like I said, you're not only able to transfer images and draw, but you can pretty much draw from scratch. You can illustrate anything you want, paint anything you want. It's really handy. So with that being said, there's a ton of different markers, pencils, anything you can think of to grab and just go. So I'll get my eyedropper out here. I'll just make this solid. So those are the 2 colors, close enough to the 2 colors that he was wanting. So I went back down to my pencils. So now we are ready to start drawing. So one thing he mentioned was that he was wanting maybe to follow the body lines, and it's not a bad idea, but you want it to be kind of this is going to be a racing helmet, so he's not wanting to spend a ton of money and do like a $2,000 or $3,000 helmet, because some of these helmets you can rack up a lot of time in them, and a lot of time just means a lot of money for the artist and for the customer. So we're going to try to make a simple design, but yet something that is what he wants. So my first thing is it's got this big old body line right here. It's got this big old swoop. It goes all the way back around the helmet, and it goes all the way from one side to the other. So my first thing was like, well, if he was wanting his body lines to be the graphic, then we can make like this one orange. Let me turn up my opacity a little bit. And it don't have to be perfect. We're just trying to get an idea here. And then we'll do the same thing to this. Probably some of the crookedest lines you guys have probably seen, but this is just to get something down, something easy. And then what I was really thinking was, instead of just filling it, I was thinking maybe doing a design inside the design. So he kind of likes, the helmet's got a lot of sharp edges on it, right? So we could almost fill that in to be one color, but that's just, I don't like blocking things in like that. And to block this in, I guess you could get away with just blocking it in with the full color of orange or whatever orange we decide to use, but that's really no fun. So we're going to take this and we're just going to make it our own. So with this body, with this helmet, it's got a lot of sharp body lines on it. So my thinking is the graphics need to be sharp. Even down here, it's got a inlay right here that's pretty sharp. So, and everything's flown to the front. So my thinking is we can make these sharp, jagged, to kind of make it look like it is razor blade sharp. And we can almost go back and forth. You know, and when you sit back and look at it, this is the awesome thing about this is you can sit here and look at it and be like, well, I don't really like that. So all you got to do is hit the erase button, and it will erase everything you just did. Makes it really nice, right? Or we can do it like this. So we can make something along the lines of a graphic inside of here. And then, sorry, I haven't used this computer for a while, so it's, oops. So, again, you make a mistake, you can actually go back and delete it. So I made a mistake from the get-go. And this kind of happens a little bit when I get in a hurry, is I forgot to make a layer for this. So what that means is over here in my layers, I was actually drawing right on the canvas. So anytime I wanted to erase something, it was erasing the picture. So now we're not going to have that issue. So let's do that again. But let's make it a little bit longer here. And then when I go my eraser, oops, I did it again. Let's do this here. Let's just do it all over. See what happens when you get in a hurry. So we're going to do this all the way from scratch. Like I said, don't have to be perfect right now. We were just messing around to get some ideas down. Kind of like that. Oops. I did not click on that. And then I can go back through and erase this. Finally getting to where I want to be. So this whole thing right here can be a graphic, and then we can do the same thing going this way. Something like that. And then we can take an eraser and just clean it up. Something like that, and we can continue it on all the way around the helmet. That way it's not just one block of color going all the way around it, right? So that's one idea that I have for this particular area, and I'm focusing on this area just because it is taking up a large part of the real estate of the helmet itself. So I don't want to block it in all the way. It's got to have some type of movement to it. And then on the back of this, like, it could do the same or we could just do it on the sides, and the back here can be blocked in. So you'd have this graphic going kind of like this, right? And then this could be filled in, and then on the other side you can have it flowing the other way, because you got to be able to mark, pretty much you got to be able to transfer anything you do on this side to the other side. So let's go back to here. So let's leave that there, and let's just go ahead and fill in, and let's take it to another step. So we can also add in, oops, with the graphic inside the graphic, we can also do like some cross hatching, kind of like a metal chicken wire almost. And we can do this kind of like this. That way the stuff has got some type of something in it. That way it's not just bland. Oops, that was just squiggly and mess. So you can do something like that alongside inside of it too. It's just, there's millions of different possibilities you can do to this to make it whatever you want to be. And I always get caught up on doing things and making them try to be perfect as much as I can before I deliver them to the customer. I don't know, I'm just weird like that, I guess, but right now you don't really need to be focusing on the details, like the finer details of everything. You just want to get your ideas down. But let's say you don't like that, then no problem. You can just go through and you can delete it. Get rid of all your commands. It's been so long since I've used this that sometimes I forget how to use it, if that makes any sense. But it's an awesome tool to have if you can afford something that can get your ideas even down quicker. It's going to save you a lot of time in the long run as far as getting the work actually together. Because let's say we get all this done, customer approves it, blah blah, they like the idea, even though it's not exactly, or it's not clean vision, then you can actually just take this, take a picture of it, whatever, take it out to the shop. You know exactly the design, you just got to clean it up, right? So I was thinking right here, something that might be cool to do, carrying this on. I'll go back here. There's this big old vent. So going off the vent, we can almost duplicate this. Something, I don't know, that doesn't look the greatest to me. I don't like that idea. See? You find out real quick if you like it or not. Because if you don't like it, then 9 times out of 10 the customer is not gonna like it. See, I did the same thing I just did. I didn't create a layer for this. Portion of the helmet. So here, go back. Or he might say, hey, let's do this in yellow instead. Perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that. But that's just a little bit of something that you can do on something like this to get something down really, really fast. Like I said, it don't have to be crazy perfect at this stage. It just needs to get your ideas down. And then with this, like I said, we can either put this as a solid color, because these are probably going to be wrapped around. I know we're looking at the side angle. You might see it from the back a little bit anyways. And then it's got this other big body line going this way. We can honestly do the same thing. We can just follow this line, but we can do it in yellow. So my eyedropper. And then we can almost do this exact same thing, because this line kind of disappears as it goes up to here. So we can honestly, this is what we're seeing right here. So we can either make that a line going all the way to the front, because it goes right about right here. So we can honestly just make this some type of a line that goes back. Oops, that's not straight. And we can have like racing stripes. That's not straight either. Having problems drawing straight lines today, but you get the idea what I'm talking about. I don't like that anyways, so we're gonna delete it. So just, you got to play around with it. That's all it is. You have to play around with it. You have to get your ideas down. I mean, we can even do another graphic that goes, that's kind of got a, I'm looking at my reference photos. I mean, we can even do something that goes beyond in yellow, that goes on the other side of this. We can even take it back to here to follow this body line. I'll just make it kind of go this way with it. Maybe. I don't like that either. Sorry, but my GoPro has overheated, shut off, so I just let it cool down and I kept on drawing. So this is where I'm at right now. Pretty simple concept, right? It's not too complicated. It's not too crazy. It's pretty simple. This could be one of the ideas I run with, right? Like, it's not perfect, but it's exactly what he was asking for. Obviously, haven't done the back of the helmet to show you guys what it looks like or anything like that, but this could be transitioned to the other side very simply, and then the back side as well. So it's just a little simple design here I created. Pretty much what he wanted was yellow, orange, and then he wanted some type of green pinstripe, but he wanted the pinstripe to be like a chaotic, like cross-hatching pinstripe, not a simple clean one. So that's what I did on that. And I can already tell you that I forgot to do something by talking to you right now. Where is that? So pencils, I need to go back to pencils. And then I need to get the green because I forgot to add the pinstripe here. So it's just, oh. So all the orange gets a pinstripe. And it's just simple cross hatching. Nothing crazy. Just something that gives you the illusion that it is cross-hatched. And nothing is in proportion or anything like that. This is just to get the idea down of what he wanted. So green pinstripe of some kind of green. He was thinking more like not like a neon green or anything like that, which I think would be awesome. But he wants more like a green. Not like a forest green, but kind of like this green right here. So did that to all the orange. And then he was thinking about fading in the yellow to the orange. So what I pretty much basically did was I just got my airbrush tool out and like an orange here. I just faded in very softly with the yellow. And then I did the same with the yellow. I just got the orange and just faded softly. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to get the idea down that this is going to be a gradient flow from orange to yellow. Same thing with this. It's going to be from orange to yellow. So just gets the idea down, and you can wrap this around the back. So like back here, this could be completely almost yellow when you do this. Let me pick my airbrush tool back. And then my yellow. And then this could be completely yellowed out. Even though it's in the orange, it can be completely yellowed, kind of like in the center. And then we could choose the orange again. And we can just, it can be faded back here. It's really an easy thing to show you guys. Just an easy concept of something that can get done like this. Oops, that's too hard. But it just can give you guys an idea, like you can fade this stuff out fairly easily. Just to get the idea. So yeah, it could be completely yellow, maybe some more orange back here, more orange than what you thought. You can just change it, and that's when you go and you can just, you know, you can almost fade it all the way back to orange and just have a strip of yellow pretty much at the bottom of it. So it's a very cool concept of fading it, but it's easily done with the airbrush. But that could be pretty much how the back looks. Obviously, you're going to see this band wrap around here and things like that. But it's a very easy thing to do. Like this took me less than probably 20 minutes. And it's not a crazy design by any means, but I know he wants the helmet to be mostly white. He doesn't want it covered like a lot of these helmets are just completely covered in graphics. He wants a lot of this white to show. So that's why I kind of minimalized it a little bit. And this could be an achievable design for a customer. It gets the point across, things like that. And we can even change it from here. Like we can, instead of doing this design inside this orange, like kind of have like a, I don't even know what you call this, but it's just a simple design. We can honestly turn this orange design into like one of these yellow ones, just a bigger one, and then this could be inside of that. So that way there's two designs, but they're two different colors, and one's bigger and one's smaller to kind of break it up. But that just goes to show what you can and can't do on this. It's pretty cool to have something like this to get things done. So like this, I'm going to take a picture of this, and I'm going to either send them a picture of it, like I said, or I'm going to email them a picture. Usually email is better if you're doing something like this because it'll actually be a full resolution picture. You just got to get their email to do it. Usually text messaging and things like that, they kind of grain out everything. It's hard to see everything, but yeah, it's just something that you can easily be done if you have, like I said, if you can afford something to do something like this. It's really cool to have it because it does get the process and gets your ideas out there really, really fast. And you can, if they don't like it, you can pretty much scrap it, or maybe he'll like, customers, I get a lot of customers that'll be like, I like this, but I don't like this. So I can easily go back through here and I can delete portions of this without deleting the whole thing very simply, without actually going to the helmet and taping it all out. Like if I would have taped this out on a helmet, this would probably take me a good hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, depending on what it is that I'm doing. This could take me some time to do this. And then the customer will be like, well, I don't like that. So then you have to scrap the whole idea of what you've done. And you've wasted tape. You've wasted a lot more time. So, yeah, it's just, this is a very easy thing to get your ideas across. And you can do a ton of them. Like I could save this, pull out this picture again, do another one. Save it, pull out a picture again, do another one. And, within a couple hours, you can have 5, 6, 7 designs that you might present to a customer. Just don't get so caught up. And the one thing I have a problem with, my brain likes to finish everything. So, and usually it's hard for me to sit down and do something like this without wanting to make it perfect. And when you're in the concept stages of like sketching and illustrating, and you're just getting the ideas across, and you're gonna have to explain that to your customers, because sometimes when people see something like this, they're like, well, that doesn't even look good because it's not finished. And so you got to explain, like, this is just a concept. This is what it could look like. All the finishing and the clean tape lines and everything like that happens when I'm doing your helmet. So that won't be this sloppy or anything like that. It's going to be a lot more refined, a lot more refreshed. It'll just be a lot more put together, let's say. So yeah, it's just some of the things you do have to explain because people aren't going to get this completely. But this is what I usually do when I have something that somebody wants graphics done. This is my go-to. So again, this is the Corel Painter 2023 version. It does take some time to get used to learning everything. I haven't used this for a while, so it took me a little bit to kind of gather how everything is laid out and to actually use it. But it's really simple. A lot of people like to use Photoshop. Photoshop is good as well if you want to do that way. It is another software that you can use to pull something like this off. I've always just used Corel Painter. That was my go-to back in the day. When I was a little kid, that was my go-to. So I just know it more, and usually Photoshop has a ton of stuff. This is kind of more condensed down to the Painter. They're Painter-friendly software. Photoshop just has a lot of photo elements to it, and it can get really complicated pretty quickly. This just kind of dumbs it down for the Painter. So that's why I use this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to go over with you guys. It's always good to have photo references of what you're trying to do too. Maybe grab a couple things from them. Or a lot of guys just like to whip out some ideas like I did here, just sketching, and just get your ideas flowing. Because even though this took me a little bit longer than I wanted to, but since I'm already starting it, I could do another one pretty quickly because my brain is going, it's flowing, and I'm more familiar with the canvas now than I was before. So yeah, that's just it. I mean, that's pretty much the wrap of how to transfer something on your surface area pretty quickly to get an idea down. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I have nothing else left to say. If you want to know anything special, anything that I didn't go over, comment down below. I'll be gladly to answer if I can. And then we're going to be soon, once I get a design okayed, we are going to go transfer all of it onto the helmet, which will be another video. We'll do the layout of how I lay everything out and how I layer graphics on top of graphics, and then pinstriping. We'll go over all that stuff in one video. And that video will be a little bit longer, obviously, because that's going to be the painting video and the layout video. But since we have the whole graphic, once we get the whole graphic okayed, it'll speed everything up just that much more. So, till the next one, see you guys later. See ya.